Hello biology students, welcome to the last day of notes this year. For your bell work, the last bell work, I want you to write down the 7 levels of classification. That is from our previous notes. Also, how are species named? Think about that binomial system we use and how they are named. And for a pre-question, I want to know the 3 isolation mechanisms. We're going to talk about those today. I'd like to get all your homework done by May 20th. So that I have time to put it in the gradebook. Keep up all the hard work and we'll finish off this semester strong. I look forward to getting back to the classroom next year. So let's take a look at the final notes for evolution. I will put the student notes, they're more written word format for you to fill out from these notes. So evolution is just the change over time. Darwin noticed the change over time in the finches on the Galapagos Islands. Charles Darwin set sail from England with the crew of the Beagle in 1831 for a voyage around the world. This was the path that he took to observe species and what caused him to write his book. Okay, when they got to the Galapagos Islands, he made many observations about the animal and plant life there. These islands were very close together, but they had very different climates. What he found is that related species were different based on which island they were. So again, with the finches, he noticed that their beak size was very different based on which island they were on and the vegetation available to them there. Natural selection is a mechanism by which evolution happens. The survival of the fittest is where individuals with characteristics that are not well suited to their environment die and leave few offspring. Individuals that are better suited to their environment survive and reproduce most successfully, and this is natural selection and how species evolve or change over time. Adaptations are where favorable traits of an organism that has helped it survive in its environment. For example, let's take a look at this cactus. What adaptations does a cactus have to survive in its environment? So cactuses, we know, will live in desert climates where there's little water. So their leaves have adapted to be succulents, and they hold a lot of water. They also have adapted the spikes to keep animals from eating them. Isolation mechanisms. As a new species evolve, populations become reproductively isolated from each other. In the YouTube playlist, I'm going to put the bird mating compilation so that you can take a look and see how this behavioral isolation has occurred between different bird species. This is where two populations are capable of breeding, but they have differences in courtship rituals or other reproductive strategies that involve behaviors. And you'll see how complex these behaviors are, and quite hilarious when you see this clip in the YouTube playlist. Geographic isolation is where two populations are separated by a geographical barrier, such as a river or a mountain. When this separation occurs, they may evolve completely different depending on what side of the geographical barrier they are. Temporal isolation is when two or more species reproduce at different times. Keep up the good work. Have a good day.